out from my first show, Branch 1 Classic, June 30th in Houston, Texas. Carbs are down about 50 grams a day. Cardio's pretty high right now, so started this process at around 225, 230, and down to 188 right now. So today we're going to do some arms, everybody's favorite. So we're here in YMCA in Oklahoma City, and let's get this party started. Right now we're supersetting biceps, triceps, starting with barbell curls. We're going to do some close grip bench today. Sometimes I throw it in, sometimes it's one of my all-time favorites. So it's good for putting size on the triceps. So we'll superset most of these exercises today. Right now, about 4 sets, 5 sets. Barbell curls with 4 sets or 5 sets of close grip bench for triceps. Sets and reps and with weights, really just at this point listening to my body. When you're depleting yourself, you feel kind of drained, so sometimes I'll come in here, just depends on the week. Sometimes we'll come in here, get after it, put some weight on. Sometimes I'll just focus on blood flow to the muscle and really see what we can do about getting a good pump and getting good nutrients to the muscle. So really just depends on the weight, depends on the day, depends on the week, it depends on how my body's feeling. So I kind of just, listen to my body and know when it's time to, push on the gas pedal and when it's time to pull off a little bit. So with close grip, like I said, it's one of my favorite exercises of all time. Really great exercise for putting mass on the triceps. I really approach it from different angles in terms of, going high weight, low rep. A lot of times too, what I'll do is run the rack or I'll pyramid back down, going anywhere reps as high as 15, 20. Just try and get some good blood flow to the muscle. But like I said, close grip's one of my favorites. It's a really great exercise for anyone that's looking to put some meat on your bones. here for close grip is that research has shown that you want to come in here with your grip to emphasize the triceps. But if you come in too far forward, all you're going to do is put additional stress on the wrist, and you're not necessarily benefiting the tricep as much as you think you are. So what I like to do is use my index finger, come in here on these inside grips, and use this so I can really hit the heads of my tricep, instead of coming in too far narrow, which is what I used to do, which will just put excess strain on the wrist. That's not something you want. So I advise people to come in here at this ring here, really focus on squeezing the triceps, get a good push, get a good press, and focus on the blood flow to the muscle. So this is one of my favorite gyms of all time. Used to work out here every single day, every single week when I was living in Oklahoma City. Now I'm in chiropractic school, Parker University, so I'm working out at the YMCA and some other gyms down in Dallas. But it's always a treat to get to visit the home gym and kind of remember my roots. So usually, when it comes to reps for barbell curls, I usually won't go lower than 6 reps. Usually won't go higher than 12. But again, at the end of the workout, we'll do some higher rep stuff to pump the blood to the muscle. It's also really important to pose in between sets. So. To do here is to stretch. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I know that it's the cardinal sin to curl in the squat rack, but nobody's really here, so I'm just going to take advantage of the opportunity to do so. But I'm really happy with this prep. Vascularity is really starting to come through. So I think everything will look good. This is my first time actually doing the show. I've always trained like a bodybuilder, eat like a bodybuilder, train with other bodybuilders, but my wife and I have the second baby on the way, so she told me if I was going to do it, now is the time to do it. So I'm excited to see what happens. In terms of divisions for the show, I'm working with Andrew Vu, one of the best guys in the business. He's doing all my prep. He's the best of the best. So we're trying to figure out which division is going to be best for me. Classic physique puts me at 176 pounds for stage weight. We'll probably also do men's novice open bodybuilding. Probably try and do 2 of those. And I'm thinking about doing 2 or 3 shows back to back so I can go ahead and get them knocked out. One on June 30th in Houston for the Branch Warren. There's one in Oklahoma City, July 21st, NPC show. And then there's one in Arlington on August 4th. So we're gonna kind of see how I feel, see how I look, and explore some different options there to see what's gonna be best for me and for the shows. So arms are starting to get a nice pump to them. Starting to swell up a little bit. This will probably be my last set here. We'll do maybe one more close grip and then move on to the next. So, to a lot of you guys out there, gals out there, anyone that's really wanting to make gains, put on size, get strength, I think the important thing is to just, you're not gonna like what I have to say, but it's so true, it's just the consistency of showing up, putting in the work, years after years after years. It really does take time. I mean, I remember doing curls and trying to get my triceps to grow, thinking, you know, this is never gonna happen. I want it to happen overnight, but the truth is, there really are no shortcuts. It takes time, it takes a lot of years. Great nutrition, keeping your diet on point. Like I said, this is my first show, but I've always taken my meals with me, 6 meals, 8 meals a day. I'm really big on supplements, protein powder, stuff like that. So just be patient with yourself. Be willing to work hard, don't give up. People aren't always gonna support you. They're gonna make fun of you and be jealous of you or whatever, but the truth is that, you know, as long as you find what resonates with you and stay what's true to you, you'll be successful. I'm listening to a lot of self-help books, you know, Tony Robbins and stuff like that, and there's a lot of connection and bleed over between what happens in that world and the world of bodybuilding. Really, it's just a mental game, digging deep and finding the strength to push forward. When you're tired, when you're depleted, it's just to never give up. Keep going, push, because you can do it. To our next couple exercises, we're going to do some preacher curls for biceps, and we're going to superset it with some overhead extensions. I usually grab the 90s, kind of see how I feel and go from there, but these are a couple other great exercises that I like to incorporate as well. So we're going to go ahead and do some preacher curls. So on these, you notice a couple of these are kind of janky toward the end. I try and pick a weight that's pretty heavy for me. My arms are already nice and warmed up / tired doing those curls with the barbells. So I pick a weight that's pretty heavy. I don't always do that, but right now we're sticking 5 reps, 6 reps, something like that. And then we'll pyramid down as well, just get a good pump in there. So just kind of listen to my body. It's okay to kind of cheat a little bit and support yourself on the way up. So. sip on branched chain amino acids throughout my workout. Let's walk and talk if we can. So it's not something I used to do, but when I started prepping like this, I kind of feel like I need it. So I'll have a pre-workout that I drink before, take nitric oxide as a vasodilator, get good pumps. But during the workout, I'll sip on branched chains, leucine, isoleucine, valine, for protein synthesis, and I've really noticed that it starts to help. Especially when I'm doing long cardio sessions, it seems to make a big difference. So find some BCAAs, you can get them pretty cheap, and sip on those throughout your workout. Also, I want to make a shout out to my videographer, my little brother, behind the camera right now, Babcock. Amazing filmmaker, is doing great things in the industry, so be sure and check out his stuff as well. Grateful for him coming along and shooting the video. So now we're going to superset some skull crushers with some hammer curls. Hammer curls are great. They're really good for putting mass on the bicep and the forearm. Skull crushers, I usually go pretty heavy. I usually do them earlier in the workout. So today we'll just, stay with 70 or 80 pounds. Normally I go up to 120, 140, something like that. But we'll see how this goes. Also, it's important to, if you can, keep your rest time minimal. I used to ignore that rule, and you'd be surprised how much more amazing your workout will be if you really minimize the rest time. You'll get better pumps, burn more calories, really work up a sweat. It's a kind of great way to turn your lifting sessions into makeshift cardio sessions. Also important to note, I've already mentioned it, but doing a lot of cardio right now, doing an hour fasted cardio every morning on the treadmill, and then doing another 45 minutes to an hour after I lift on the stairs. If you really want to make your fat cry, you really want to sweat, hit the stairs. My gosh, feels like an eternity. 45 minutes lasts forever. So if you're really looking to take your fitness to the next level, forget the elliptical, forget the treadmill, go work out on the stairs and give me a call. So that's a little light there. We got 15 reps. That's okay. We're toward the end of our workout anyway. But we'll go up a little in weight. Let's go ahead and hit these hammer curls. these hammer curls here. Sometimes I'll go pretty heavy, up to 60s in each hand. But really what I like to do now is move them to the end of my workout, grab some 30s or 35s, really focus on the squeeze, get good pumps. I mean, you see the vascularity is really coming in. It's just really about that squeeze, that concentration, really focus on the mind to muscle connection. Really we're just focused on getting those arms to grow. And you know, something that needs to be looked at too when it comes to lifting is positive affirmations. When I'm going through my sets and I'm exhausted, sometimes I'll say positive affirmations like, I'm strong, I'm confident, I can do this. Sounds corny, but you'd be surprised how far it will take you, not only in bodybuilding, but in any facets of any professional career that you're aspiring to really get to the top and find the next level of success. Another important thing to mention here is that it's important to have fun throughout this process. Grab a friend, grab a couple friends. Really enjoy what you're doing. Come to the gym, laugh, have good conversation. There's great camaraderie in bodybuilding. It is a self sport, but I can't tell you how many great times I've had lifting with different partners throughout the years. So remember to have fun, enjoy the process. It's all about making yourself better, making your life better, and really digging deep and seeing what you're made of. Another thing too, it's another thing they don't tell you when you start to bodybuild is that the posing is really important, and it's really difficult, and it's completely fatiguing your muscles, your body. So I still have a lot to learn. So I'm taking posing classes right now. It's a lot harder than it looks. So for those of you that are looking to get into this, the diet is the hard part, the training is the fun part, but the posing is also really difficult. So be sure and be 100% on your posing. I have a lot to learn and a long ways to go, but pose in between sets, it's also good to start to develop that separation in the muscle. Also, hopefully you guys aren't as snow white as I am, so that you can actually see some cuts and definition. The Lord blessed me with this radiating white skin, so thank heavens for a little thing called Pro-Tan to be able to take care of that backstage so I don't look like this when I go out on stage.
How does it feel to throw down the weights after you do reps like that?
Well, you're not really supposed to throw your weights because it's frowned upon. It's kind of against gym code, bro code. Dropping the weights gracefully is accepted. Throwing the weights, frowned upon. So I try and gracefully drop the weights. Give it a shot. So we're reaching the end of this workout. We're kind of pressed for time today. So we're going to close it out with some dips, supersetted with some twisting curls. Really just focus on a good pump and finish out strong. With the twisting curls, we'll pyramid down in weight so that the 10 pounders end up feeling like 50 pounders. It's a really great thing to do at the end of a workout. Instead of dips, sometimes I'll do push downs on the tower. You can do rope push downs. You can do reverse grip push downs to hit different angles of the tricep. So we'll go ahead and hit some of these dips. You can do these weighted also. You can strap weights around you and do it. Usually by the end of my workout, body weight's fine for me. I'm just going for a good pump. So let's go ahead and grab these dumbbells. Another thing to comment on too, as you get older, you've been doing this for a little while. I'm 31 years old, not the oldest guy on the block, but not the youngest either, so you start to really forget about weights and numbers and really pay attention to why you're here. And that's to get a good pump, get a good mind-muscle connection, really focus on what you're doing, and to stay injury-free. When I was a lot younger, I'd come in here and want to blow it all out. You gotta be really careful with rotator cuff. A lot of guys get injured, so it's important to stay in the game as long as you can and to really listen to your body. And the only way you can really develop that sense is to just spend a lot of time with it. So again, I want to reiterate that there's really no shortcuts. It's not glamorous to hear that, but you really just got to put the time in, put the work in, and you'll get there. So on the diet, just a quick touch on the diet. Right now being 7 weeks out, so all my red meat's cut out. I was doing sirloin, not really doing any salmon anymore either. Really all it is 99.1 turkey, so 99% lean, 1% fat turkey, multiple times a day. A lot of chicken, chicken 3 times a day. I switched to ground chicken. It's easier to eat than the chicken breast. You get kind of tired of eating, believe it or not, when you're eating 7 to 9 meals a day. So a lot of chicken, a lot of egg whites, Some guys are drinking them now. You can do there's a couple different products up there where you can drink them. But I just cook mine, about 13, 14 egg whites a day right now, which is a lot. It gets kind of tough. But fat is pretty minimal. Maybe a tablespoon of olive oil for the whole day is the only source of extra fat that I'm getting, which is very minimal. And 1 cup of jasmine rice is all I'm doing a day right now. So around 52 grams of carbs, something like that. And that'll continue to change as we get closer to the show as well. So again, shout out to my trainer, Andrew Vu. You guys that are looking to take it to the next level, give him a shout. Thank you, Andrew, for everything. He's been great. So really knows his stuff. And let's get this finished out here. Twisting curls here, you notice that I grabbed the 20s and got like 6 reps, something like that. So That's when you know you're doing it right, is when the 20s feel like they're 50, 60 pound dumbbells, then you're doing it right. So. That's how you do it. So thanks for tuning in, guys and gals. That's going to wrap things up for today for our arm workout. Be sure and stay tuned for the fitness journey coming up for my first show. If you guys have any questions about what's going on, feel free to leave your questions or comments. Hit me up on Instagram at Kbabcockchiro is my handle there. I'm looking to further the education of chiropractic. I'm a huge proponent of chiropractic. So if you have questions there about nutrition, health, fitness, please feel free to let me know. You guys stay strong, keep lifting, support each other. We'll see you out there.